I'm Tom, and this is a dad review of my Lovevery Play Gym. So this is a great play gym from Lovevery for your baby all the way up to maybe a young toddler. And one of the things I really love about Lovevery's products is that they're built using a lot of natural materials. So you can see this is actual wood. It's not a plastic frame. And that means that it just has a more natural look to it, higher quality, I think, and just feels like it's really well assembled and well put together. And it's also just super sturdy. So this is not going anywhere. You know, even if your baby's pulling on these toys that hang down, pulling on this, using it to try to stand up, obviously supervise them. But as they get bigger and they're trying to stand more, it's really great to have this very solid frame. The whole thing comes apart, so there's this little piece here that screws in and locks these three pieces in place, and then you can unscrew this and pop them out. So that makes it easy to travel with it if you want to. Easy to disassemble it and fold it down if you don't want to have it out on your floor. It does take up a fair amount of floor space, just to be aware. But again, I think it is a really great way to give your kid a kind of a safe place to play. So as they're very young, they can lie on their back here, and it's got this nice padded kind of cushiony surface. They can look up at these various sensory toys, and they can even start to bat at these, grab at these. This is like a fabric ball they can get their fingers into. Nice high contrast. Over here, again, we have this wood and metal, really nice materials. Rattle, and these are little sort of flappy pads on the side that are held in place, and they can start to pull those out and play with them. Pull down on these, super secure, so even if they're pulling, these are really well anchored into the upright pieces there, and it's going to withstand a lot of play. And then this is a nice crinkly fabric, so colorful, and makes this nice sensory, crinkly kind of feel to it. There's a couple other pieces to this. So we've got these color exploration tabs over here. If you have a baby, you know they love tabs. So pulling, playing on these. These are anchored in to the fabric here. We've got this that you can open, and you can put, there's mirrors in here. You can also put cards. Some of Lovevery's cards can go in here that have pictures, and they can start to experiment with words as they get a little bit bigger, or even just to be able to see some engaging pictures of other kids or of animals, or you can fold that down when you want them to focus on something else. Over on this part of the gym, we've got this attached little ring that they can play with. And again, all of these can kind of fold in. Hiding and finding is the theme here. Learn to focus. And this way you can reveal one section at a time. This, again, is exploring colors. So if you don't want to overstimulate them, you can keep these closed and just reveal one at a time. Over here, we've got making sounds. So this is a crinkly, crunchy piece, again, here. Also colorful, and we've got a squeaker in there. And then the final one over here is going to be exploring different textures, so we can see that, how things feel. You can open that up, and there's all different textured pieces. These are kind of like, almost feels like little stiff plastic bits. This is silky. This one also just kind of a tabs with multiple pieces, and then this is almost like feels like a dust mop or something, but it's very soft and malleable, and there's lots of different little pieces to it. And again, you can close these so that it's not totally overstimulating for them, and they can focus on one thing at a time. So I love that it has all of these built-in sensory elements to it. Really keeps them engaged. And again, when they're really young, they can lie down, just interact with these pieces. You can do tummy time on here, and they can experiment with each section in turn. And even if they get to be, 1 year old and even older, they can start to sit up in here, again, play with these pieces, but start to get more into these side sensory elements where they're learning about things like colors and textures, and then even putting on, again, mirrors and some pictures, and really starting to make it much more interactive. You can wash the mat on the bottom here, but I think it's good also sometimes to put like a blanket down over this too, to make it just easier on yourself in terms of washing. But again, really nice quality. Any of this sort of natural wood just has a much more attractive look in your home, I think. and it just means it's much sturdier, so they can continue to use this all the way up to toddlerhood if they want to sit in here and have their own little cool space. It also, I'm not demoing this here, but it comes with a kind of a big cover that can go over 2 of these, and it makes it, as they get even bigger, into almost like a little teepee or tent. And they have their own little safe space to hang out in, comfortable space for them to read or whatever they want to do at that point. I don't have any toddlers using it at the moment, so I don't have that set up in my house, but that does come with it, and that's something that's nice to add as they get even bigger. So that's the Lovevery Play Gym.